I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. There's a reason why you don't see ad reads, sponsors, anything like that in my videos, even though I have many, in my email always asking me to do it. It's because you guys fund this. You really do. Through Patreon, PayPal, all those links and stuff like that in the description. That's what keeps this channel running. And if you want to help support the show and keep it, sponsorless, so you don't have to hear me hawk you shit, there's a way to do it. And that's in the description. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all that you do. And enjoy the video. Well, not only did I already kind of feel oddly connected to these two songs, at least the second one. I did a little research beforehand, and the second track we're going to be listening to today, The Lonesome Death of, I'm guessing it's Haiti, Carroll. The person who did said event, or act, shall we say, it's from where I'm from. It's so freaking weird, man. Charles County, Maryland, bro. It's an area I lived in for a long time, shall we say, so it's interesting. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. Bam. Why do I even do that? Sorry, I know I am. And we are back with Bob Dylan for our Dylan Tuesday video of the week. We're going to be checking out two more songs from the times. They are A-Changin. We did 2 or 3 last week, actually. And these are the 2 most requested songs from the community. So thank you very much for your comments. And I'll be doing the same thing for next week. If you guys want to leave a comment with what song from this album we should do next, let me know down below. We'll do it. So first up is going to be Ballad of Hollis, or Hollis Brown. I'm so bad with names, my apologies. And then The Lonesome Death of Haiti, Carroll, which is actually a factual account of an event that happened. I don't know if it happened where I'm from exactly, but the person, who was a young man from a wealthy, certain tobacco family farming family in Charles County, Maryland, he only got 6 months. That's crazy. So of course, Dylan is going to put these stories into motion through words and through music, and I'm excited. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're not. That's all we got to say. The Ballad of Hollis Brown by Bob Dylan in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hollis Brown, he lived on the outside of town. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outside of town, with his wife and 5 children and his cabin broken down. He looked for work and money, and you walked a ragged mile. You looked for work and money, and you walked a ragged mile. Your children are so hungry that they don't know how to smile. Your baby's eyes look crazy, they're a-tugging at your sleeve. Your baby's eyes look crazy, they're a-tugging at your sleeve. You walk the floor and wonder why with every breath you breathe. The rats had got your flour, bad blood had got your mare. The rats had got your flour, bad blood had got your mare. If there's anyone that knows, is there anyone that cares? He prayed to the Lord above, oh please send you a friend. He prayed to the Lord above, oh please send you a friend.
This ain't gonna end well, is it?
Your empty pockets tell you that you ain't got no friend. Your babies are crying louder now, it's a pounding on your brain.
Yup.
Your babies are crying louder now, it's a pounding on your brain. Your wife screams of stabbing you like the dirty driving rain. Your grass is turning black, there's no water in your well. Your grass is turning black, there's no water in your well. You spent your last long dollar on 7 shotgun shells. Way out in the wilderness, a cold coyote calls. Way out in the wilderness, a cold coyote calls. Your eyes fix on the shotgun that's hanging on the wall.
That's not good.
Your brain is a-bleeding and your legs can't seem to stand. Your brain is a-bleeding and your legs can't seem to stand. Your eyes fix on the shotgun that you're holding in your hand. There's 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. There's 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. 7 shots ring out like the ocean's pound and roar.
Damn, what? Damn.
There's 7 people dead on a South Dakota farm.
Wow.
There's 7 people dead on a South Dakota farm.
I looked at the second song and I looked at the first one. Holy shit.
Somewheres in the distance, there's 7 new people born.
Holy shit, dude. He is so good at that.
Williams and Zinger killed poor Hattie Carroll
Hattie Carroll.
with a cane that he twirled around his diamond ring
So
finger
bad at names. Hattie.
at a Baltimore hotel society gathering. And the cops was called in and his weapon took from him as they rode him in custody down to the station and booked Williams and Zinger for first-degree murder. But you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. Williams and Zinger, who had 24 years, owns a tobacco farm of 600 acres with rich, wealthy parents who provide and protect him, and high office relations in the politics of Maryland reacted to his deed with a shrug of his shoulders.
It is Charles County.
And swear words and sneering, and his tongue it was a snarling. And in a matter of minutes, on bail was out walking. But you who philosophize disgrace and criticize fears, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears.
Damn, bro.
Hattie Carroll was a maid in the kitchen. She was 51 years old and gave birth to 10 children.
It's a lot of
Who
children.
carried the dishes and took out the garbage, and never sat once at the head of the table, and didn't even talk to the people at the table, who just cleaned up all the food from the table and emptied the ashtrays on a whole other level. got killed by a blow, lay slain by a king that sailed through the air and came down through the room, doomed and determined to destroy all the gentle, and she never done nothing to Williams and Zinger. And you who philosophize disgrace,
That's such a good line.
and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears.
The harmonica, oh my god. You can feel that one.
In the courtroom of honor, the judge pounded his gavel
I've been in that courthouse multiple
to
times.
show that all's equal and that the courts are on the level, and that the strings in the books ain't pulled and persuaded, and that even the nobles get properly handled once that the cops have chased after and caught 'em, and that the ladder of law has no top and no bottom.
Whoa.
Stared at the person who killed for no reason, who just happened to be feeling that way without warning. And he spoke through his cloak most deep and distinguished, and handed out strongly for penalty and repentance Williams and Zinger with a 6-month sentence.
6 months, man.
Ah, but you who philosophize disgrace
So good. Come on.
and criticize all fears, bury the rain deep in your face, for now's the time for your tears.
Philosophize disgrace. And this is stuff coming out of a 20-year-old, probably even younger. I don't know how old he was when he wrote this album, but some of the lines, like, obviously they're all really good, like, poetry, you know, in motion, like I said in the beginning, but there's some lines that are just, they sting. And this is like biographical, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is an actual event. He's recounting details, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not personalizing it, he's not putting a spin on it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's kind of just stating the facts of what happened, and maybe making a little, like, a few changes here or there just with words to make it fit in the song, you know what I mean? But for the most part, he's just like reading like Wikipedia recap of it, but just through song. But there's just some of those lines that he slips in there where it's almost like he's judging the person who did it, and it's almost like who watches the watchers. It's like he's almost judging the judge, for 6 months for a senseless murder of an unsuspecting person in a bar. I think who Bob said was a mother of 10. Come on, like 6 months, and she was black, I believe, and he was a white, you know, and comes from a rich tobacco family in Charles County. And actually, it's funny, I know two of them, a couple people from. They still have people out there. I'm not gonna name the last names, but there's still two of them out there that still have plenty of kids running around doing all kinds of stuff. And I was friends with them when I was in like my teenage years, basically. But Charles County is a very interesting place. It's I don't know. It's a racially diverse community, but they're almost the kids are very well integrated, but the parents, well, I would consider like my parents, not like the parents like I am these days, but like my parents, they might not have gotten along because there was a lot of migration that happened in DC, Maryland, Virginia in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, 2000s, a lot of shuffling around basically, and it upended a lot of stuff that had just been in place for a while, I guess. But sometimes that's a good thing though, because we can't always just stay the same, because that's that constant pull between conserve and change, and change happens whether you like it or not. You just kind of have to learn to roll with the punches, and this person who committed this act obviously couldn't roll with the punches. And I know you have to put yourself in the mindset of somebody who lived in those days, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we know right from wrong. It doesn't matter what decade you live in. I think right from wrong, for the most part, maybe it changed a little bit, but for the most part, right and wrong's been the same thing for a long time. We get morals from whatever higher value or power you want to put them in, and I don't know. You just can't go around murdering people because you feel like it. Hopefully, it's 14 minutes and I can say that. So a senseless murder, and I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that black people have had to overcome, bro. And the last thing they need is someone like me to like say that, you know what I'm saying? But as someone who was raised in a very racially diverse community, and I was the minority growing up, basically, I know how it feels. And it's weird. It's probably rich coming from a white guy. And I have my privileges, of course, too. But at the same time, I was probably like 1 out of 12 out of 1,600 kids that were of my skin tone. And let's be honest, and especially in school and high school where I'm from, it's a very rough area. So some things happened, obviously. But you know what I did? I got tough and I fought back. And guess what? Nothing happened ever again. You know what I'm saying? I think that applies to a lot of things in life. Just kind of toughen up. Just a little bit of resistance, and sometimes the bullies stop if you just do a little bit of resistance, just a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it's Bob is so good at just putting his poetry and just words in general, into motion, and he breathes life into them. Like he was just reading a story basically there, and then slipping in these philosophical lines that are like mind blowing, but it that balance he strikes between factual information and just descriptions and judgments almost of what's going on. That narrative just kind of flowed betwixt each other very, very well, and he like I said, balances things very well. The first one, I don't know, that kind of fucked with me, I'm not gonna lie. It's a father, and as someone who deals with shit, obviously it's as everybody does, but I don't know, it kind of just struck me the wrong way, and I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I have to figure out, I guess. But it just sort of rubbed me the wrong way, But I know life was different back then. If you're starving and your kids are starving and your wife's starving and you can't find work. And I mean, Jesus, like, I've been to the lowest of the lows, and you guys know that. I'm honest. I'm transparent. I don't need to describe it here, but you guys have heard it. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely done some pretty fucked up shit. And, I don't know, man. That's that's crazy. You know what I mean? And Bob, just that gut punch is just so real, bro. You're just listening to it. You kind of feel like it's foreboding. Like there's almost like this, it's tense in the air, and then you get to the end and he's talking about a shotgun. You're like, oh wait, no, stop. You want him to stop. You know what I'm saying? And then nope, 7 shots rang out. Crazy, bro. So those were 2 downers, I'm not gonna lie, and I didn't realize that. The second one I could, but the first one I didn't know. I didn't look at that one at all, actually, and it's just funny. The second one's Charles County. The first one, I don't know, man. There's been a lot of synchronicity happening in my life randomly. I don't like words happening in 2 different places that like it's so hard to describe. I don't know, but the world's getting weird. You know what I mean? And maybe that means we have to get weird with it. And obviously my channel's starting to fucking fall off a cliff because of these damn copyright strikes, and I don't know what to do. So I have to do something different. I have to shake it up. I can't get no one to comment. I can't get no one to do nothing, man, except for like the community regulars who always do it. And then I don't, if I didn't have you guys, I'd be fucked. Like seriously. So I don't know. I got some fucking changing I gotta do, I guess. I got some stuff I gotta figure out. And I don't know. The music has been a great journey for me. Like, I've learned so much about myself and the world just through this music, you know what I mean? And Bob Dylan has been at the top of the list, up there with like the Beatles and shit like that have completely changed my perspective on this era. And if this was my last video ever, I'd be happy with everything that I've accomplished just on this platform, just from the music alone and the friendships and stuff that I've made along the way and I've lost along the way. You know, that's just what happens. And I've got like, what, 40,500 subscribers? That's pretty good, man. It's a lot of people. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. So thanks for watching. And let me know what track from the times they are changing I should do next. See you later.